You are my next success story. You are manifesting your specific person. I was being 100% serious. Every single one of my subscribers, everyone here, you and all of my YouTube members are manifesting at the latest this year. You are not entering 2025 without your specific person, and I'm gonna make sure it happens. And I wanted to go over today why sometimes successes feel so crazy and that we don't align with them. Because most people, when they're manifesting, and maybe you're feeling this way right here and right now, successes almost seem like they're too good to be true. Manifestation, I'm just gonna think and assume as if I already have it and I'm gonna manifest it. Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to make sure again, because you are my next success story. And if you know that for a fact, comment, I am your next success story. Comment that in the comments. And the reason that successes seem out of reach sometimes all depends on our state. You could never be out of reach from your specific person. You have every single state and every single manifestation, every single desire alive within you at this current moment. To even say you are near to your specific person is to say that you are too far away. So back to the idea that it is just your state. When you're coming from a state of being single, that is the only outcome you can see. And if you are in a state of seeing or being single and you see some crazy success story where someone quantum leaps to their manifestation or has been in years of no contact with their specific person and they show up in the next day asking for a date, the reason that doesn't make sense or the reason that success story seems crazy is because we are coming from a state of being single. In this state, you can only bring about more of what you already have. In the same metaphor I used previously, if you plant an apple seed, you must get apples out of it. You can't create or get a peach out of an apple seed. So if you are thinking from a single state, you can't produce or see the how of being in a relationship because we have planted the single seed. But if instead we first focus on the state, because in the metaphor of the seed, we would know if we want to get peaches, we can't keep asking the apple tree to produce peaches. We can yell at it, we can scream at it, we can beg it. It's not going to do that. And it's the same thing with our state. If you're coming from a single state, you can ask, you can plead, you can beg. It's only going to be able to produce exactly what we have put in. So we need to take out that seed and focus on that first and foremost. And I'll give examples of this in this video to show you how most people don't understand or even see the capability or the possibility of these successes until we get into the state of it. I'll even give you a couple examples of someone in a weekly coaching session that literally thought all of the successes had to have been fabricated or had to have been fake because they just were too crazy. But that's your reality. And that thinking a success that you see in your reality, because I know you watch my videos and you have seen all of these successes, that's something that you can do as well. Remember, you're my next success story. So anytime you begin to wonder or feel worried or ask yourself, I don't know if can I actually manifest my specific person? It's all coming from the state. And we're never going to know how we're going to get to our manifestation if we are not in the state. Truly, we're never going to know exactly how to do it. But to receive and have divine guidance, we need to get into the state first. So ask yourself at this current moment, when you see these success stories, are you like, yes, absolutely, I'm going to do that too? Or does your mind think, that's too good to be true, I can't do that. That's good that they can do it, but my reality or my situation is different. And that's going to tell you everything you need to know in order to manifest. If you are the second option, thinking that's too good to be true, take a look at your state. If we're in a despondent mood, as Joseph Murphy would say, we can't see the positive outcomes. So change that first. Don't even question how, or even think for a moment I mean, really, never. You never have to think of how it's going to happen, but never even think, what do I have to do? What do I have to do in order to create this if you're not in the state? And I know this is something that seems like reverse than we normally think. We normally think, oh my gosh, I have to feel or I have to act in a certain way and then I'll feel that. I have to be with my specific person and then I'll feel loved. I have to do this happy thing and then I'll feel happy. But it's the exact opposite. We are in the feeling first and then we receive it. Or we're in a positive, abundant, basically a relationship state. That's what brings that and breeds that in our reality. We see more of whatever we're thinking, assuming, and believing. It must reflect. It's like a mirror. And you would never wait for the mirror to change before you waited or before you changed yourself. And so always remember that. And the point of this video is basically to produce or show you that you have the ability to create whatever it is that you want. And so I'll give you those examples of people who literally did not even believe their own success. And when I tell you, that's the problem in coaching sessions is accepting the massive and amazing successes you're bringing. That's a bigger problem than not receiving success at all. It's kind of like we're more than likely going to run into an upper limit problem than not seeing changes as long as you're acting in the state. So I'll put the first one up right now. And so I'm going to read what they wrote. They wrote, I used to never believe in success stories, thought they were fabricated, but ever since the Success Journal, writing every minute detail, I've seen movement, actually see everything as movement. Plus, I no longer am anxious because I know everything is rearranging for my highest good. And they did a couple of successes. So one, specific person has been texting daily a couple of times, which was my intervals of success. I'll talk about that for the week. Next week is more communication and at least one phone call initiated by him. 2, attention from other guys. One guy called me at 5 a.m. today to say he dreamt about me and wants to see me. I could care less about him, but so didn't answer. But then they wrote, focus on yourself is key. So they did 2 things that I use in coaching sessions. So one is the Success Journal. Again, focusing on your state first, looking at all the abundance that is happening in your reality. And then 2, the intervals of success where you're setting an intention for where you want to go. And I'll tell you, think of how the first sentence, I used to never believe in success stories because I thought they were fabricated. The state is the most important factor. And those 2 things, the Success Journal and intervals of success, are 2 things that I use in coaching sessions, or you can use them right now. Use anything you can to feel into the state, because when you feel as if you already have it, when you focus on the state first, when you plant the peach seed, you get peaches from it. If you plant an apple seed, you're going to get apples from it. And this actually was from, and I won't go into too much detail because I have a couple other ones to kind of talk about in here, but this came from someone who literally went night and day success by focusing on exactly what I'm talking about. And remember, still, you're my next success story. And so here's another one I wanted to include here. And so this was in email coaching. They said, thanks again for all your help. I actually can't believe I've seen my specific person twice since talking to you. So again, the idea of I can't believe this is happening. Your problem is not you are not going to get success, or not a problem of if it will happen. It's, are you going to allow the massive amounts of success to come into your reality that we know are going to happen? And I know this is a really simple one, but I think it still showcases how powerful you are. And I just want to use one more success story just to show you how when you manifest, again, it's going to be crazier than you could ever imagine, and you have the ability to do it right here and right now. So this person wrote, this actually worked. This is insane. I didn't fully believe in it, but I have been diligently exploring. This randomly came up on my recommendations. It was one of my videos, and literally not even an hour went by, and the call came not even half. I literally didn't even pick up the call at first because of the shock of it. This is crazy. This is the first time this has ever happened to me, because it was one of my videos where I was setting the intention. We were manifesting during the video. You were going to receive a call from your specific person, and just look at their demeanor of how mind-blowing it is to assume this state and then have it manifest. It's, again, Your problem is going to be you have too much success. Your specific person wants to reach out to you too much. They want to text you too much. They won't leave you alone. That's your problem as compared to literally anything else. And I just want to make this video again. I'm setting the intention. You are my next success story. This is your reality. You are here to create it. And if hopefully this video introduces or keeps you in that state to know you have the ability of changing right now. And if it seems confusing, if it seems too hard, if it seems outrageous, it's only because we are not in the state of it. So focus on the state first and foremost, and you're going to see your entire reality change overnight. If you did love this video, give a thumbs up on it. Remember to all of my subscribers and all of my YouTube members are manifesting this year no matter what. Again, you are not entering 2025 without your specific person. I'm going to make sure of that. If you did have any questions on this at all, leave them in the comment section. Remember to comment that you are going to be my next success story. If you did have any questions and you did want to send them to me personally, head over to kyleaugustcoaching.com. That's where you can reach me personally if you didn't want to comment your own ideas or questions or successes in the comment section below. Again, thank you so much for stopping by today, and thank you so much for being my next success story, because I always love adding more success stories to the growing amount that we already have. Again, thank you so much for stopping by today, and I'll see you in my next video tomorrow.